What's going on, everybody? Beastly Gamer here. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. A segment I have been calling, in my mind at least, Beastly Thoughts. It's a segment in which I get usually a guest or two together with me, friends of mine, gamers, people who have considered themselves gamers for years usually. And we talk about the video game industry, where it's going, the likes and dislikes of particular game consoles and systems. And today on the first episode, a good friend of mine, Lewis Lyles, is going to be here. And he loves Nintendo, okay guys? He's a big Nintendo fan. I love Nintendo too. They made a lot of mistakes recently with their latest console. He seems to love it a lot more than I do. So I just want a little disclaimer. The opinions and thoughts expressed by the guests of Beastly Thoughts are not the reflections of the Beastly Gamer. A lot of things that the guests and I are going to talk about I will agree with, but sometimes we're just going to have to agree to disagree. So I hope you guys enjoy the first segment of Beastly Thoughts. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Beastly Gamer here. I'm joined by a good friend of mine, L2 Lewis here. He's an artist and a designer, and he's a gamer. We've been gaming together for years. He just came over and checked out the PlayStation 4. I'm going to give you my first impressions on what I think about the PS4, and I want to ask him because he's seen Battlefield, he's seen Killzone Shadowfall, and he's seen Call of Duty Ghosts. Me personally, I'm totally amazed. The UI, the user interface is very, very fast. You can be playing a game and you hit the PlayStation button and you go right back to the user interface. You can go right to anything else seamlessly. The speed of the UI is faster than anything. I mean, I've never dealt with anything this quick. You can just leave your game and go right to do something else immediately. You can go right back to the game. There's a few things on the user interface that I had a few hiccups with last night. Creating my user profile, signing into the PlayStation Network with my regular account, and then creating my backups, and then Kate did hers. It froze the system for a while, and I was kind of worried about it. But as soon as I reset it, it all went through seamlessly. So I guess it was just maybe an initial hiccup with the system. Since then, I had no issues with it at all. The way that the UI is set up, I'm looking at it right now, it's actually behind you guys. It's just amazing. It seems to be really centered on gaming. The game that you played last is usually the one that pops up first. Like I just played Battlefield 4, then Killzone's there, then Contrast, then Call of Duty Ghosts, Warframe, what is this? Blacklight Retribution, and then it goes to the Video Unlimited, Music Unlimited. I got the free 7-day trial for the music, Resogun, and it's not complicated like the cross-media bar on the PS3. It seems really user-friendly. Now let me tell you guys something. The graphics that you see on YouTube, I really enjoyed YouTube until I actually got my PS4 and hooked it up to my 1080p TV. When I put in Call of Duty Ghosts, which is graphically the worst out of the 3 games that I got, as soon as I started playing it, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. It really, compared to the PlayStation 3 version, it was night and day. I was like, this is awesome. It's still Call of Duty. It's still the Call of Duty, engine, but it does benefit greatly from this amazing graphic upgrade. And we played that for a few minutes. I let Junior try it. He held the controller, played around with it. What was your initial thoughts holding the DualShock 4 compared to the 3?
It seems to be bigger, slightly bigger, a lot more comfortable than the PlayStation. The PlayStation 3 DualShock controller. I like it. It's slightly lighter too. It seems like they put a lot of thought into
triggers.
The triggers and this
see-
little blue light. I don't know. You see the little blue light? I like this type of stuff.
It changes colors. Like we turn that one on. I think that the player 2, the light will turn red, and it'll change for however many controllers you got hooked up. But like an issue I had with the DualShock 3 is that the triggers here, they're not concave.
Yeah, you see how they taper like.
They slant downward.
Yeah.
Here it's more. It's made for the actual curve of your finger. And another thing I've noticed is in first-person shooters on the PS3, you use the R1 and L1 to aim and fire. Now they went back and kind of did what the Xbox 360 did. It's now R2 and L2. And at first I thought it'd feel weird, but it feels totally natural. The touchpad on the PS4, DualShock 4, is extremely responsive. Killzone Shadowfall, when I was using the OWL, I thought I'd have to apply pressure. It was just like you could rub a sheet of paper over it. It felt so responsive. And let me get back to this. The graphics of these games. Now, I'd have to say I'm kind of 50-50 impressed with Killzone and Battlefield, but in two different ways. Killzone is more, it's kind of screams more of a fantasy type game.
It does.
Battlefield is like the real turmoil and the traumatic shit that goes on in war. And like Kate was watching, she said this game seems very, what was the word she used? It's like all over the place. But I told her, I said, this is how it would be in a real war. Of course I got it on PS3, but the experience is night and day between the PS3 and the PS4 version. One thing that I'm kind of a little disappointed in the PS4, hopefully that they'll come out with a patch for it real soon to include it, are two things, actually three things. The first thing being there's no YouTube. I love watching YouTube on my PlayStation 3 when I don't, play on my laptop. I always want to get on my phone and look at it. And so I've used my PS3 as a YouTube hub probably for the last 2 years. So it's not there. You get Redbox, Amazon, Netflix. You get a whole slew of video options. And I'll just go through them real quick. Some of the video options that come with the system. You get Hulu Plus, Vudu, NBA Game Time, Crackle. That's like Netflix. Crunchyroll, which is good for any guys like us who like anime. And probably like you guys. Epix, I don't know what that is. You get NHL, Game Center, and Yup TV. But there is no YouTube. You get Amazon, Redbox, and Netflix. To me, this console would greatly benefit from having YouTube. Also, there is no MP3 player on this. I know some people don't like to use it. Sometimes I do. I might be cleaning up or whatever, just doing stuff around the house, and I might have music playing in the background. I like it to come from the TV usually. There's no MP3 support at the moment. I don't see an MP3 player. They got, Music Unlimited, which is a pay service. I like to be able to just stick my thumb drive, my flash drive in, and be able to play my own music that I already own. The third thing that I really wanted to see, but is not supported at the time, is the ability to use external hard drives with the PlayStation 4. Now, I do know that there's a 500 gigabyte hard drive installed, and it is interchangeable. You can take it out, and you can, put you a 2 terabyte internal inside, and that's good news. Xbox One, you can't take their 500 gig out, so you're stuck with what you get. These games are averaging 40 gigs, 49 gigabyte installed. So if you're buying them from the PlayStation Store, you're going to immediately feel that weight on your system because you're going to have 20% of your hard drive taken up immediately. So I think a future patch that allows YouTube, MP3 support, and the use of external hard drives will greatly benefit the system. At this moment, I haven't seen anything wrong other than a little hiccup I had last night. I think that may have been because the servers might have been overloaded. I've been enjoying the hell out of this thing. Like I said, it's a whole new experience. Man, I'm not a PC gamer. You guys know that about me. But this has to be what they talk about. That feeling that PC elitist shit. I'm a PS4 elitist now, bitch. The graphics of the PS4 and Lewis here, he's a big Wii guy. I mean Wii U fan. He's getting the Wii U, and that's what he wants more so than even the PlayStation 4. Now a lot of people would say, you know, why. You already explained to me why. Tell the viewers what are the pros and cons of having the Wii U, what you think about the system versus what people say about it, and you know, the games you want, and why it's important to you to get the Wii U.
First of all, people would tell you that PlayStation 4 is like leaps and bounds over Nintendo Wii U. To some respects, that's true, but for the most part, the difference is not that vast, okay? So you'll have some games on there, like Watch Dogs supposed to be coming out. We all know what the report says, that it's in between the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 version. So in that regards, if you're looking for a system that can produce realistic graphics, but at the same time bring you an imagination like the games that Nintendo does, then that's why my decision is to go with Nintendo Wii U. There's no knock against PlayStation 4. There's no knock against the Microsoft new system coming out. This guy. But Nintendo has always pretty much done their own thing in regards to consoles and graphics and things of that nature. So, you know, there is really no rush to get into a PlayStation 4. Some of the games I'm looking at now, mainly what was the first one we played, Call of Duty, kind of looks like a late generation PlayStation 3 game. You know, so there's really not a big jump just yet, so there's really no rush to jump on that bandwagon for me personally, but in the future I am going to invest in the PlayStation 4, so I'm waiting for a Slim and the price drop.
The Slim, what's it going to look like? An envelope?
Man, it's going to be this big. PlayStation,
it's
PlayStation
already
4 Slim this big right here.
Now, let me reiterate. I'm going to comment on a few things that Lewis said. We haven't had enough time hands-on really with the PS4 and the Wii U side by side to really be able to say what, you know, this is versus that. Now, I do know that the Wii U is more powerful than the PS3 and has more graphical capabilities. I personally don't have a Wii U because I haven't seen anything on it yet that warrants a purchase. Now, there are going to be games in the future. If they can redo something that opened my imagination like Mario 64 did. When I first saw him, I told you guys, I made a video, but I don't know if I even uploaded it. When I first played Mario 64, it opened my mind, okay? I was used to playing, you know, even the PlayStation 1. I walked inside of a Blockbuster Video, and that console was there. They had a kiosk, and I played Mario 64, and I grabbed that controller, and see, the Wii U has the same kind of capability. It has a whole new controller, a user interface that nobody else even comes close to having, and I don't think that they've done really what the system is truly capable of even coming close to yet. When they have something like that truly revolutionizes the game, yeah. When Smash Brothers comes out, yes. Because, you know, we're the old school Smash, baby. We'll get into Smash Brothers.
Those are the system sellers right there, and for the most part, man, the Nintendo Wii U for me, Pikmin 3, that's something that I'll be interested in. My daughter, she loves it, and right now Nintendo Wii U is that system. That's not to say that I won't get a PlayStation 4 in the future. My wife actually wants one of those, but I told her the money kind of tight right now. Chill out.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you guys know I just bought one PS Vita for my son. The other one, he's on punishment right now because his grades haven't been on point. But of course, I want to get him one.
Yeah, go ahead and slide it to me, though. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Don't even worry about it.
And then the PS4, that was a $500 purchase in the games, which are buy two get one free right now for every game.
That's at Target, right? Yeah.
Even Wii U, every game. You guys comment below, let me know. This is actually the first segment of something I call Beastly Thoughts. This is the first guest, Lewis Lyles. He'll probably be back many times to talk about the future of the video game industry and where it's going. For everything video game related, stay right here to the Beastly Gamer.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon, guys.